Okay, let's go on back to Facebook. Not sure why. Well, anyway, major thing I wanted to share with you um, is that really, think about it. Most people do not get a call from um, people most of the time. They don't see people face to face. When you are working with people in social media, then your major contact, kind of like your here I am, this is what I'm all about, is your profile. So if you're looking at your personal profile, you need to see what they are seeing. If you are constantly sending spam people every single day, and what I mean by spam is you are sending them your own offer before they asked for it, or if you're filling your wall with the same thing, that is not attractive, and people are turned off when you do that. You got to remember that whether you're connected to others that are members of some other company or whether they've never been in business before, they follow people, not companies. And so the very first thing that is important for you to do is to make sure you're actually sharing with them some personal stuff, not just about your business. One of the things I see a lot is that when you see the little about me thing on the side, and right now it's at my left, with Facebook it could change and it could be somewhere else. But the very first thing I see is my Facebook fan page. Then it shows that I studied in graphic design, which I never went to and actually had a job doing it. And it shows that I'm living in Aurora and that I'm from Los Animas, Colorado. Those are little tidbits that help people figure out who you are and what you're all about. It's so important not to just tell them your business story, but to also tell them your personal story. In other words, what kind of things have you done? What kind of things are you excited about? What kind of things do you like to do? What are your hobbies? Do you have children? Do you not? What do you do with your children? What kinds of things do you like to do? Those things are attractive. And those things bring people toward you because they can find things that are in common that they can start having a conversation with you about. Most of the time, they're not going to have a business conversation with you before they get settled in and find out a little more about you personally. And that is really important, is to make sure that they really do settle in and find out who you are. So you have a tab in your profile called the About. It says just about. There, if you look across right underneath your cover, it says timeline, about, photos, friends, and more. Obviously, they can peek at any of those tabs. On your timeline is the things that you're posting. The About Me is the story you're telling to other people, and the photos do that as well. Now, what kind of pictures do you share? Do you always share about your business, or do you also share about what your lifestyle is like? Those things always make people a little more interested. And when they go to look at your About Me, do you have all of your tabs completely filled out and open and available? In other words, did you make them public or did you make them private? There is an edit button at every one of those sections, and in those sections you have the option of making it that you only see it yourself, and you can keep it public, or you can just make it friends and in that case, if it's friends, then they only see it if they're your friends. Now, I recommend that you keep it public. Major reason why is because if you are actively using social media to build a business, then you do want them to see who you are and what you're about. You do want them to see all of the parts that you put in your About Me. There seems to be a trend right now. I'm seeing a lot of people doing this where they change it to private, in other words, just yourself. And the reason why that's a bad idea is because then they can't see anything about what you're about, and they can't snoop around and they can't click around. And guess what? I can promise you they don't ask you for that information. They're going to be shy at first. They're not going to talk to you at first. They may not even like or comment on anything you post, but they are going to snoop. And if you give them an open door to your own business and your own philosophy, I promise you it is going to be very valuable. They need to know who you are. And if you share what you are all about and you're an open book and they can snoop around, I can promise you they're going to be a lot more comfortable with you. If you keep it private, then they're going to say, I wonder why this person's hiding all this stuff. And then they're going to go away. They're not going to ask you. They're just going to go away. And that is not what you want if you're building a business from social media. That's the little quick tip I wanted to share with you today. I think that's going to be valuable to you.